Well, thanks to two subcontinent teams, it was Adelaide which was the cricketing capital through the day today. But two African teams were fighting it out in a Pool B game across the Tasman Sea in New Zealand. We'll talk about South Africa versus Zimbabwe right here on Britannia 50-50 Match Point, powered by Engage Cologne Spray. Thank you so much for your time here on the show. We'll look back at the game that was played at Seddon Park in Hamilton, bring you highlights and analysis. And for that, I've got the company of former India cricketer Deep Dasgupta. Deep, welcome to the show. Thank you for your time. South Africa, a team which is a unanimous choice as one of the favourites for the top 4 spots, lost their warm-up game against New Zealand in an embarrassing fashion. Very important for them to have made a strong statement today.
Absolutely. Talking of statements, listen, we've seen the other favourites for this tournament, be it Australia, be it New Zealand, making that statement yesterday that, listen, we are the favourites because of so-and-so reasons. And that's the reason why South Africa needs to show something here and say, listen, even though we've had a pretty checkered history as far as World Cup is concerned, but we still are the favourites for this tournament as well.
But what about Zimbabwe? You can't take them lightly. If a team chases down a target around 280 with 7 wickets in hand with a few overs to spare against Sri Lanka, that's what Zimbabwe did in their warm-up game. So South Africa, important for them not to get carried away.
Absolutely, and they've done this before. In 1999, they have defeated in South Africa in a World Cup game. So that is important. Secondly, they've got nothing to lose here. When you're talking about Zimbabwe here, obviously they're punching above their weight. So they've got nothing to lose. They can go out there, express themselves freely. So that's the advantage they have. And obviously they're in good form. As you mentioned, they won the game against Sri Lanka by 7 wickets. That's a huge victory and a huge confidence booster for them.
Yes, and ironically for South Africa, the word C is associated with champions and at the same time chokers. It's a tag that they desperately want to get rid of. But when action started, where Zimbabwe elected to field first, the red carpet was rolled out for their fast bowlers who were looking quite sharp in their red jerseys.
It's afternoon to Sean Pop.
Nick Knight, good to be here with you. Good to be in New Zealand. Good to see these two teams getting their campaign underway.
Finds a gap this time. This will just give us an idea really how quick the outfield is. The outfield looks great. It's good work. Look excessively quick. Finds the gap, yes. Again, this will test the outfield. Goes for 4. First boundary then of the innings. Oh, a little bit of bounce. And picks out the man. Perfect captaincy, great captaincy, and a perfect start for Zimbabwe. The cock goes.
Tara has his man. Wonderful change off field. It just holds up in the surface. The cock can't get over the top of the bounce. All he can do is just chip it to that man and come a comfortable catch. Here we have see it, perfect length. Goes on the drive, doesn't get to him. Good catch. Zimbabwe have got their first wicket on the board. The cock, he has to go. Goes for 7. South Africa 10 for 1. Not a great start from Payangara.
Beautiful shot, high-class shot. Amla somewhere near his best.
Big shout, and it's gone. Chatara gets another. Hashim Amla walking across to Buck du Plessis is thinking of going upstairs. He's not sure. He thinks it's a bit high, perhaps. 10 seconds to go. He's got to decide. Yep, there's the decision. He's going to go upstairs and have a look. No ball, absolutely no trouble there for Tendai Chatara. Where does it hit him? It looks high. You look at that, you think, oh, that's a bit high. But you remember the decision was given as out. Bouncing over the stumps. I was saying, you see that top one, that top red. Didn't want it to be. If you're Hashim Amla, you're standing there, you're hoping and hoping that it's not just clipping the top of the bails. because impression first up is that it's a little bit high, and that's why Hashim Amla was walking across to Faf du Plessis. Balem, straight through. He's fallen over as well. Well, I hope that's not his celebration.
Did you see it was bowled? Yeah, it's a big wicket that you were just saying earlier on, Tom, that start getting on with it. And like I said, if you lose another wicket here, it's going to put the brakes on even further.
Good shot. AB de Villiers gets to the pitch. Ten gone. 28 for 2.
Well, some of the ex-Zimbabwean cricketers would have been proud of the start that their fast bowlers gave the team in their opening encounter against South Africa. The conditions which they haven't really gotten accustomed to, haven't played so many matches here. Impressive bowling from the fast bowlers and good captaincy too.
Absolutely, very disciplined bowling. That's how I'll put it. And very important toss to win. It was a dampish wicket, a lot of moisture in the wicket, so the bounce was a little spongy, and they capitalized on it as well. They bowled the right areas, the right lines for the batsman. Right captaincy, especially the way de Kock got out. You know, generally you wouldn't see initial overs, you wouldn't have a short covers position for someone like de Kock. So you had someone like that taking that first wicket of de Kock. So really nice homework. But having said that, homework is one thing, but executing your plans is very, very important. That's exactly what they did in the first 10 overs.
And someone like a Hashim Amla, Quinton de Kock, two of them could have completely run away with the game. And for some of these associate nations, getting off to a good start, how important could that be?
Very, very important. And especially when you're talking about Zimbabwe and this format. Okay, leave aside the South Africas of the world where Zimbabwe are not the favorites to win those matches, but you also have the other teams, you know, where Zimbabwe would be favorites. It's very important for Zimbabwe to play well, to start off the tournament well, and also look at qualification for the quarters, which they can realistically do.
Yes, Zimbabwe punching above their weight in the first 10 overs, but they had to be wary of the punches, the blows that could have come off the bats of Faf du Plessis and that man, Ibrahim Benjamin de Villiers. Let's go back to Seddon Park and resume the action.
That's in the air. Oh, it's not going to carry. He just took a couple of steps back. Did Elton Chigumbura? He felt it was coming at him. Shot. He had to adjust AB de Villiers, and it's not a classic cricket shot, but he's got it away to the boundary. Hit it well enough. 4 runs. Able to get a couple of runs. He'll look to accumulate. They need a partnership.
Oh, shot. That's a terrific shot. He smashed that away. That's a big one. That's the start of potentially what we're going to see here through the middle stages of this game.
Don't need to do these all the time, but just now and again.
That's out. That's out. Yes, he's given him. He's been strangled down the leg side here. Chigum, it's his lucky day.
A couple of balls ago, down the wicket came du Plessis, hit him over mid-off. But he's kept bowling at the stumps. Du Plessis looked to go across the stumps once again, and that's off the middle of the bat.
Big one. Yes, he's got that. He's got it all the way. That's a 6, the maximum. Oh, shot. Has he got enough of it, though? Yes, he has, but he's come back inside for some handy work, and I think he's got his man.
Great presence of mind. Irvine, the fielder. Craig Irvine. Wonderful effort.
The umpire's going to have to check it, I'm sure. But what a great piece of work. He's only half hit it. That was his trouble. Hasn't really thrown the kitchen sink at it. Just chipped it up. We see here, and we see this quite often now. Takes the balance step, throws it inside, takes it outside the rope. Comes back in nicely, and he's got his man. There's no question. He's going to have to go here.
He's perhaps in a position he didn't think he would be at any point during this innings. In the fact that he's going to have to try and perhaps bring back one of his frontline bowlers, and if he can break this partnership, 100 up now, 100 for 4 from 24, it represents a great effort from Zimbabwe's bowlers.
Nicely nudged, late cut. Just one though, and another good over. Just 4 from it, 102 for 4.
Imagine the joy that all the Zimbabweans who'd gathered at Seddon Park and thousands and lakhs of fans who would be watching the coverage back home. Their team punching well above their weight. 102 for 4. South Africa after 25 overs. And for a team like Zimbabwe, that's like icing on the cake.
Absolutely. And listen, these are the batsmen. You really want them out early, because if they are there for a while and they are settled, they will make you pay for it.
Credit to the bowlers, or did you just spot this hint of arrogance and... Yeah,
not really. If you look at the way they've got out, it is sheer good bowling, good captaincy, and executing their plans correctly. That's what it is.
Zimbabwe raising the bar on the field. A stellar fielding effort like that is worthy of being revisited on the show. So here's presenting once again Craig Irvine.
Oh, shot. Has he got enough of it though? Yes, he has, but he's come back inside with some handy work, and I think he's got his man.
Great presence of mind.
Well, he's only half hit it. That was his trouble. Hasn't really thrown the kitchen sink at it. Just chipped it up. We see here, and we see this quite often now. Takes the balance step, throws it inside, takes it outside the rope. Comes back in nicely, and he's got his man. There's no question. He's going to have to go here.
Fantastic catch there, but it wasn't just done for the Zimbabwean bowlers, because those who wreak havoc had just walked out into the middle. The bats of JP Duminy and Killer Miller, David Miller, were yet to be tested. Let's resume the action from the 26th over.
Shouts of catch it.
Middle of the bat. Either change the field or change the bowler. They're just ticking over nicely here.
Slow ball drags it down, and it's got it nice and fine. So much needed boundary for JP Duminy. Picks up a boundary, short in length, and he's on to it quickly. A much needed boundary for South Africa. David Miller, so strong through the offside. See, it just opens the face, places it superbly. Everyone up on the offside. So he's been waiting for one of those deliveries for a long period of time.
Smack, gone all the way. Right out of the middle of the bat. So just dragged down to finish the over. And 65 for 4.
To have Whitmore alongside it, first of all, a smile on your face.
Of course. It's a lot of things to smile about so far. This partnership is looking a little bit dangerous, but you know, another wicket could really bring it back again in their place.
For long periods in the game, Zimbabwe opted to keep 6 to 7 fielders in the circle.
50,
so Miller's up to
54 Miller. He's played really well. He just read the game situation perfectly. And along with JP Duminy, he's now positioned his team in a position of strength, really. They've now got a chance to finish the remaining overs. Partnership up then of just 115 deliveries, and bearing in mind the team were 83 for 4. That represents an excellent effort. 39 gone, 183 for 4. Gone a long way. Man in the deep, no chance.
The first loose ball. from the leg spinner, who's been very impressive into his 8th over. Kumangozi. Miller doesn't miss out. He's been waiting for those. Powerful is he?
40 overs gone then. 93 for 4. And 50 for JP Duminy.
42 runs coming off the batting power play, 192 for 4 South Africa, just getting set for a final blitzkrieg. We'll talk about that with Deep Das Gupta after a short break. Welcome back once again. You're watching Britannia 50-50 Match Point, powered by Engage Cologne Spray. Still got the company of Deep Das Gupta. I'm glad he's not offended by me calling him a scratchy golfer, which we all know that of course he is. But over here, Deep, JP Duminy and David Miller playing it sensibly. 42 runs coming in the batting power play, so holding on to the firepower for a final blitzkrieg.
Absolutely, and more often than not, we've seen, you know, batting power plays being converted into bowling power plays because, you know, the batsmen, they actually wanted to do something special, which more often than not they end up losing a few wickets there. But talking about this game, they played beautifully and very, very sensibly as well.
So at 193 for 4, we've so often seen that associate nations who start off well gradually run out of steam, and that's exactly what happened in the last 10 overs with David Miller and JP Duminy scripting a record 5th wicket stand.
Gone again. It is not a big boundary, and that's out of the ground. Someone's going to have to pick that off the road. So 3 big sixes in the last few overs for David Miller. He's beginning to motor now. 200 up. This time he goes big, and it's his first 6. Another great effort from the crowd, but yeah, they're sensing 300 now. 207 for 4.
Try and protect the boundaries. Good shot. Worked onside, and it's gone wide enough of that man at square leg. 4 runs.
Just gets it wrong on that occasion. That's smashed away. Oh, shot. Oh. Terrific shot, into out. Almost goes to maximum as well. Miller now absolutely getting into his full stride here.
Miller 99. There it is. It's a second one-day international 100 for David Miller. Coming on as a batsman, not just a basher at the end. He's repaired the innings here for South Africa, and his teammates appreciate it. He's played really well. 262 for 4.
And that's gone as well.
Difficult when he's in this mood. Look at how hard that has been hit. Not long to go for deep mid-wicket to go to his right, but he couldn't get there. 4 more to Miller. Oh dear.
Wow! That's right out of the stadium. Oh, folks. I'm sorry, the seatbelt's off here. That's gone all the way. That's a massive hit. Well, on you come, Umpy. On you come now. We need some change of balls here quick for this game. Starting to really crank it up.
That's in the air and over, backward point, gone for 4. Can't bowl that side, he's got nobody on the fence that side. It's just too wide. 300 comes up for South Africa. Oh, 6 and 6 more, and that's well hit. Straight back over his head. It's 30 off that over. That's 650. 15 balls. Look at that. It's got quicker and quicker and quicker. Just over. 4 runs to Dumini. Yeah, bat not going so well, but he'll be happy. It's gone for 4. Oh, what a shot to bring it up.
Some innovation.
What a shot to bring it up. 102 now is JP Dumini. A really important player in this side. A really important innings here. Applauded by his teammates because these are important runs. What a partnership.
Yeah, brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant innovations in the game. A well-deserved 100, and it meant a lot to him. His reaction there was very revealing in terms of just that relief of pressure, and, you know, getting that one under the belt early up in a World Cup can be exactly what the doctor ordered in terms of taking your World Cup to the level that you want it to go to.
Good shot. Good sound up the bat, that. And it's gone all the way again. 6 runs. Oh, has he caught it? Yes, he has, in the crowd.
Well, holy moly! That has gone in just too easily.
Yeah, wow.
Too easily.
Oh. In the gap, gone for 4. Just the way to finish for the South Africans. What a partnership this has been between David Miller and JP Dumini. 256 they put on, came together when South Africa were 83 for 4. And it's off just 186 balls. Last 10, 146 runs.
Well, just like Britannia 50-50, a sweet and salty partnership. 256 runs, a record. Sweet for the South Africans, salty for the Zimbabweans. What a knock, Deep. Literally, this is what you expect from a top team.
Fabulous, absolutely. And the way they kind of, build this inning up. Initially, it was difficult to play your shots, so they kept rotating the strike, played with singles and doubles. And when the wicket was nice and easy to bat on, they went for their strokes. They went for, really went for it, and superb batting. And you know what? We were talking about, making that statement. That's exactly what it is, making that statement. Listen, we are here, and this is the reason we are favourites.
Again, perhaps the transition is not complete yet, but are we gradually seeing teams, despite the presence of the batting power play, where we've seen in the past wickets just stumbling, they're now getting smarter and going back to the age-old formula of attacking in the last 10 overs?
True, because you know what? No matter how much you try, you will not get more than 40. If you have a very good batting power play, you'll get 40, maybe 42, 43. But if you play sensibly, you will get there any which way. So what I'm saying is you still got to hold on to your wickets, play sensible cricket. You're still going to be lacking maybe 5-6 runs here and there, but with wickets in hand, you're going to make up more than that in the last 10.
Yes, Zimbabwe chased down 280 odd against Sri Lanka, but 340, well, that's a gigantic task ahead of them. We'll take a short break here on Britannia 50-50 Match Point, powered by Engage Cologne Spray. When we return, we'll focus on the other African team. We can't call them giants in front of South Africa, but are they going to continue surprising us all? We'll find out after a break.